The car you bought new 3 years ago is already dying. Not slowly. Not eventually. Right now, at this exact moment, its turbocharged engine is building carbon deposits, its dual-clutch transmission is learning how to fail, and the dealership that sold it to you already knows exactly when you will be back. I have been a mechanic for 23 years. I have pulled apart enough modern engines to tell you with complete confidence that most new cars are not built to last. They are built to expire. These 5 cars are different. No turbos. No fragile 10-speed automatics. No planned obsolescence. Just overengineered bulletproof machines that the market completely ignores. Number 1 on this list I have personally argued about with other mechanics. That is how underrated it is. Car number 5. Right now. Car number 5. Honda Civic, 7th generation, 2001 to 2005. Nobody buys this car because it looks boring. And that is exactly why you should. Walk onto any used lot right now and you will find a 7th generation Honda Civic sitting in the corner. Faded paint, $4,500 asking price. 2 price drops already. Nobody has touched it. Meanwhile, 30 feet away, someone is financing a 2021 turbocharged hatchback with a CVT transmission and a 5-year payment plan on a car that will need a $3,000 transmission flush before the loan ends. Here is what that ignored Civic has under the hood. The D17A engine. Naturally aspirated, port fuel injected, timing chain driven. No turbo spooling up heat and pressure into seals that were never designed for it. No direct injection spraying fuel directly onto valves and building carbon deposits that require a $600 walnut blasting service every 40,000 miles. Just a simple, clean, naturally aspirated engine that Honda overengineered in an era when reliability was a selling point instead of a liability. I had a customer last year, a college student, bought a 2003 Civic with 160,000 miles for $4,200. He is now at 211,000 miles and has spent exactly $0 on anything except oil and 1 set of tires. A comparable 2021 Honda Civic with a turbocharged 1.5 engine starts at $26,000. The 7th gen does the same job for $4,500. That is a $21,500 difference for a car that will statistically outlast the newer one. When you inspect one, check the valve cover gasket for oil seepage, look at the coolant color, and check the automatic transmission fluid if it has one. Those 3 things tell you everything. Car number 4 makes this one look overpriced. Car number 4. Toyota Corolla, 9th generation, 2003 to 2008. Go ahead and roll your eyes. That is exactly the reaction that keeps this car cheap and keeps smart buyers winning. Most people hear Corolla and think taxicab, rental fleet, the car your grandmother drove to church on Sundays. What they do not think about is the engine sitting under that boring hood. The 1ZZ-FE. Naturally aspirated, port fuel injected, timing chain driven. No turbo. No direct injection carbon problems. No dual clutch transmission searching for a gear it cannot find. Just a naturally aspirated engine that Toyota engineered so conservatively, it almost seems like they were embarrassed by how simple it was. Here is what the dealer will never tell you. The early 2000 to 2002 Corolla had an oil consumption issue with the 1ZZ-FE piston rings. Toyota quietly updated the ring design for the 2003 model year and never made an announcement. The 2003 to 2008 9th generation does not have that problem. Dealers group them all together. Smart buyers separate them. A contractor I know bought a 2005 Corolla with 140,000 miles for $5,800 3 years ago. He uses it daily, puts 25,000 miles a year on it, and is now sitting at 215,000 miles. Total repairs. 1 alternator and a set of brake pads. A comparable 2022 Toyota Corolla with a turbocharged 2.0 starts at $23,000. The 9th gen does the same commute for $5,500. When you inspect one, check the oil level and color, look for any blue smoke on cold start, and verify the timing chain is not rattling. Car number 3. Mechanics talk about this one privately. Almost never publicly. Car number 3. And I am going to tell you something I do not say often. I have one of these in my own driveway. The 1st generation Mazda 3, 2004 to 2009. The car that every mechanic quietly respects, but almost nobody publicly recommends. While Toyota fanboys are paying cult prices for Corollas and Honda loyalists are hunting clean Civics, the Mazda 3 sits ignored on the same lot for $3,000 less. Same reliability. Same lifespan. Different badge. Here is the engine that makes this car special. The LF engine. A 2.0-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder with port fuel injection and a timing chain. No turbo-degrading intercooler seals at 80,000 miles. No direct injection gunking up intake valves. Mazda engineered this engine with the same philosophy Yamaha used building motorcycle engines. Rev it, work it, maintain it, and it simply does not stop. I have a customer with a 2006 Mazda 3 at 289,000 miles. Original engine. Original transmission. She bought it at 95,000 miles for $4,800 and has put exactly one fuel pump and 2 sets of brake pads into it since then. Now I will be honest with you because that is what you came here for. The first generation Mazda 3 has a known issue with the power steering rack developing a leak around 130,000 miles. Replacement runs about $450 at any independent shop. Factor that in. It does not change the equation. A comparable 2022 Mazda 3 starts at $24,000. This one does the same job for $5,000. Car number 2. Nursing students, contractors, small business owners. They all end up here eventually. Car number 2. And this one I have recommended more times than any other car in my entire career. A young woman came into my shop 8 months ago. First job out of college. $4,000 in her pocket, 35 miles each way to work every single day. Everyone told her to buy a used Honda CR-V. I told her to find a Nissan Sentra B15. She looked at me like I had lost my mind. 6 months later she came back to thank me. Here is why I said it. The QG18DE engine. A 1.8-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder with port fuel injection and a timing chain. No turbo. No variable displacement nonsense. No CVT transmission hunting for efficiency it cannot find. Just a simple naturally aspirated engine that Nissan built during an era when engineers were measured by how long something lasted instead of how many features it had. Now here is the number that shocks people. Highway fuel economy on AB15 Sentra with a 5-speed manual. 36 miles per gallon. That is better than most modern crossovers that cost 4 times as much. By the manual transmission. Nobody wants a manual anymore, and that is exactly why the manual versions are $800 to $1,200 cheaper than automatics. The clutch on these cars lasts 180,000 miles if you do not ride it. Replacement when it finally goes is $550 at any independent shop. Inspect the exhaust manifold for cracks, check the coolant reservoir for discoloration, and verify the timing chain is quiet on cold start. If this is helping you, do me a favor and subscribe. Every week I put out videos the dealerships genuinely do not want you to watch. Car number 1. This is the car I would buy tomorrow if I needed something to last 15 years without drama. Car number 1. And I already know what you are thinking. You were expecting something exotic. Something obscure. Something nobody has ever heard of. A Honda Accord. Stay with me. Because this is exactly the reaction that has kept this car underpriced for 20 years, while people who actually understand engines have been quietly buying every clean example they can find. Honda barely marketed the 6th generation Accord from 1998 to 2002. They did not need to. They just kept building it. And what they built was a car with the F23A engine. A 2.3-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder with port fuel injection, a timing chain, and VTEC engineering that Honda originally developed for performance applications. The same engine DNA that powered the Prelude. The same engineering philosophy behind the S2000. Stuffed into a family sedan that nobody looks twice at on a used lot. No turbo. No direct injection. No dual clutch transmission with a software update that costs $400 at the dealership. Just a naturally aspirated engine that Honda overengineered so completely that 300,000 miles on original internals is not exceptional. It is normal. I have a retired customer who bought a 2001 Accord 4 years ago with 118,000 miles for $5,500. He is now at 194,000 miles. Total repairs in 4 years. 1 set of brake pads and 1 battery. That is it. He drives it every single day. A comparable reliability-focused sedan today. A new Camry, a new Accord. Starts at $28,000. A clean 6th generation Accord does the exact same job for $5,000 to $7,500. That is a $20,000 difference for a car that will statistically outlast the newer one. There is one thing you must check on every 6th generation Accord before you buy it. The automatic transmission fluid. Honda automatic transmissions from this era are sensitive to fluid neglect. If the fluid is brown, burnt, or has not been changed in over 60,000 miles, walk away. Fresh red fluid means the previous owner understood what they owned. Who should buy this car? Anyone who is tired of financing disposable transportation. Anyone who wants to spend money once and drive for the next decade without a single conversation with a service advisor. Honda Civic 7th generation. The D17A engine that refuses to die. Toyota Corolla 9th generation. The updated 1ZZFE that Toyota quietly fixed and never told you about. Mazda 3 1st generation. The LF engine that mechanics keep for themselves. Nissan Sentra B15. The QG18DE that returns 36 miles per gallon and asks for nothing. Honda Accord 6th generation. The F23A with sports car DNA stuffed inside a car nobody notices. None of these have heated seats. None have 12-inch touchscreens. What they have is something the modern car industry has completely forgotten how to build. Simplicity that lasts. Next time a salesman tries to put you in a $35,000 car with a 3-year warranty and a turbocharged engine built to expire, you know exactly what to do. Walk away. Find one of these instead. If this saved you from a bad decision, do me one favor. Hit subscribe. Every week I put out videos that dealerships genuinely hope you never find. Next video I am breaking down the used cars that look cheap but will drain your bank account before 80,000 miles. You need to see that one before you buy anything. Drive smart. Stay out of the dealership. I will see you next week.